Host started recording.
So good afternoon, good evening, and good morning wherever you are. Today is the second edition of the OTECH PROS Round Table. Hope we are all feeling great, on this special occasion, which is Saturday, and we are all loving it after the last GOooooo Africa session. I think we are all fired up and we know what is coming. So we'll just do like a little round table. We just want to hear from all of you here, those who are on the panel, your view on the last edition of GOooooo Africa, and any other comment you want to make. You feel free, we just have to speak. We are all one family, one ONPASSIVE. So without further ado, I will just give it to, maybe I'm just going by the name here, so please don't panic. Just say whatever you want to say. So maybe I'll call on my brother Madi Digamo first to say something. Madi, give us a word.
I'll give you a word. Okay. Hello, everybody. Yeah, I wanted GOooooo Africa to go very, very well, and it did. There was a couple of glitches, but in general, it was very, very good. And Mr. Mufareh was very happy with it. I took that video and chopped out some of the stuff that didn't work out too well, but it was very, very good. I was really happy with it. I'm glad that he brought on a lot of his staff, which was pretty cool. He answered every question I gave him from Africa. Really, he touched on everything. So yeah, it was. I was like in the delivery room. I was worried what was waiting for the baby to come out, and it turned out very, very good. I was very happy with it. Collins got to see what goes on behind the scenes. It can be crazy, but no, it was very good. And I want to give a shout out to everybody involved. Great, Marcianne, everybody, the OTECH Pros, and I think Comfort did very well. She was a superstar because there's a lot of pressure doing that, and she did very, very. She ranked right up there with the best. Yeah. She probably did such a good job. She's going to be in trouble now. She'll have to do it a lot. So anyway, but thanks everybody. You guys did fantastic. So it's very good.
Thank you, Madi, for the great opening. So yeah, it was really nice. So we just want to hear from our sister from UK, Nafiso. Just, say a word or two.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. I'm so grateful. I've been watching at the background in GOooooo Africa. Really was great. It's so amazing. As Marty said, Comfort was shining, amazing. She was doing a lot. I like when she said, like, all the roads lead to Africa. It was great. So I'm so grateful that I was watching. I was expecting more participants, and the numbers I seen, I wasn't expecting. I was expecting more than that, because I was thinking to max it out in a 5-10 minutes, but it didn't happen. It was okay. Maybe it was an internet connection issue. I don't know. That's why maybe the brothers and data consumption, they raised in Africa. So that's why I realized where our people struggling is that. So I'm so grateful the leaders raised that. But accepted that, it was amazing. It was shining. I was cheering, sharing the groups. I couldn't translate, but I was just concentrating, watching, and it was so grateful to see as well. That Dr. Engineer Mike was traditional dressed. Traditional was there. The flags, Africa flags. I was wondering to see more flags on the screen, but it was great. I see a lot of flags there, and I encourage for One Africa United to think much in back home from now on, to bring those leaders who are on the ground to the table, maybe next time, to think about more those leaders to be on the shine in the screen with our CEO Ash or whoever organizing next time, because those people know what's the nation need, what is happening behind the scene. They are every day training the people for Africa to participate on passive more. So I hope that will happen next. But other than that, it was amazing. I love it. Thank you.
Thank you, Nafiso. Thank you very much for what you've just shared. So this would take us now to Kenya. We have our brother Christopher, who is in Kenya. Christopher, do you want to share? Can you hear us, Christopher? You are muted if you are there. All right. Take it over, Christopher. Are you ready to speak, Christopher?
Yes, I speak. Yes. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can. Yes.
Super. Okay, good. Number one, I am extremely very excited to be part of this meeting. Number two, the meeting was excellent in my view. My contribution here will be predicated on two premises, three premises. The first premise is preparation. The second premise is moderation and management of the meeting. The third premise is the fruits that we earned or we have managed to get from that meeting. Going back to the first premise, which is preparation, I think we prepared very, very well. And I would like to say kudos to our leaders, the Tech Pro and all that, Sister Marcian, everyone who was involved in the preparation, because it was exactly on point.
Yeah.
Number two, it inspired our CEO, Ash Mufareh, to also prepare, because had we not prepared properly, Ash Mufareh would not have prepared the way he did. Why do I say he prepared well? He did so by bringing the senior leaders, by bringing those those top officers, who are actually doing everything in their power in their different stations in Dubai, in Hyderabad, and in Egypt and all that. He brought them. Why did he do that? He did that because we prepared him well with our questions. So he brought those very special people to answer the different questions themselves. And that was really, our preparation was classic, and let's keep it up. The second premise, which is moderation and management. Oh my goodness, Comfort did a good job. Oh, her opening remarks, my friends, Comfort actually opened the meeting so well. Did you hear her, intonation, the intonation? She is always very assertive in her management of meetings and so on and so on. But when she was asked by Ash Mufareh to actually give her opening remarks, did you hear her diction? Did you hear the change in the tone of her voice? Oh my goodness, there was a lot of humility in it. And that kind of humility, that intonation could only be found, in my own view, in the royal courtyards of the nobles of ancient times. The way she just, she got the meeting started so well.
Mm-hmm.
For you to understand this, you need to go back to the video again and just listen to Comfort opening that meeting. And then, she, the management of the meeting itself, she managed it so well. Why do I say so? Because every now and then, when one or two people contributed, she would go back to our CEO and kept on asking him, do you want to speak now? Or do you want, do you want somebody else to still, contribute? And Ash Mufareh would give her the direction. I thought that was brilliant. That was really, really nice. The management was perfect in my own view. Uh-huh. And then all the speakers were given the fairest chance to speak, So that was really perfect management. And I go to the third premise, which is the fruits of the meeting. Yeah. I think that we got very ripe fruits, very nice fruits out of that meeting, you know. Um, one of them is that we got a good answer to the question of data consumption. And that has given me personally a lot of satisfaction and happiness. There is there are so many of us who also feel satisfied knowing that something is being done about data consumption. Another area is the clarity that has been that was brought to us on the matter of verification, the KYC and all that. Clarity, you see, because that is one thing that we could not skip. We cannot hurry into the money part of things before the KYC is done, and so on and so on. So there are so many other fruits that we earned out of this. And I cannot enumerate all of them. I need to give a chance to somebody else to speak. Thank you. These are my
Thank,
views. Yeah.
thank you, Christopher. Thank you very much. You really put everything. It's like everything was just like coming. Yeah. So thank you very much for sharing.
Welcome.
Yeah, we'll
Welcome.
still come back to you, Christopher. So don't go. Just stay there.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I will.
Yeah. So now I'll go over to our sister Jean Oliver. Take it over.
Thank you so much, Collins. Thank you to the OTECH Pros for inviting us here today. Oh my gosh, what an honor. What a panel of amazing people. It's wonderful to be here. I wanted to echo what Nafiso, Christopher, and Marty had said, that there were so many aspects of this event that maybe were slightly different than originally thought, because we had that extra blessing of having our CEO attend, not just for 15 minutes, but for the entire duration of the meeting, interjecting updates and information. So as Nafiso said, next time we have to have another one, because we need to showcase all of the people
Sorry,
behind the
can
scenes, the
Christopher
people from
Okero close his mic?
all the different countries, all the different places of Africa that didn't get a chance to speak this time. We have to have another one so that they can come on and share their thoughts. And I also say that the reason it went so beautifully is because of all the pre-planning, all of the hard work, and those people may never be known. They may no one may ever know that they were integral to making that event go so beautifully. So I say thank you to you all, because we benefited from your hard work behind the scenes. And then I also wanted to just say the reason I was so excited, beyond obviously the content of the meeting, was it made me think of engineer Kamal. Was it a year ago or 2 years ago that we had the Nigeria event? I don't remember what year it was, but that was exciting. That's kind of what I was expecting for this, more of the culture of the different regions and things like that. But what he said is what they're doing. And mind you, this is going back a little ways. So they've been working behind the scenes on this, and that's just one country of Africa. And he said, big things are coming for Nigeria. So big things are coming for every single country in Africa. And I don't know how people can't be crazy excited about that, because each one of those pockets of culture and resource and innovation are going to get that lift from ONPASSIVE. And it's just, oh my gosh, it's just going to be so exciting. So that's all I wanted to say right now. I'm just absolutely stoked to be here. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Jean. Thank you, Jean, for sharing. That was wonderful. Honestly, everyone is just fired up. Now you take me down to Ivy Mix. Come on, sis. Share your thought.
Yeah, hello everybody. I'm so, like you said, fired up, and I'm so happy, and I'm so humbled to be here. First time on OTECH Pro, and do you know what? I've been planning. I said, look, Ivy, you have to make time to be on the show like weekly. And this, I mean, it was an answered prayer, and to be with the likes of Collins, Vincent, Oliver, the fire in Oliver, the passion in Bob and Collins. Collins is the steadfast, the rock. He would be like, you bring the Bible in by all means. Don't you play. So thank you so much for all of that. It's so beautiful. And Vincent, of course, and our great Marcian, always dancing and smiling. And, so I'm so appreciative. My thoughts were coming here was bigger than I could say, but the Go Africa. I was like, no, I have to be here. I have to be here. I even sent a message to Maddie. I said, Maddie, no, I have to be part of this great movement. I was so proud. I was at work. And I was so proud. I could care less. I had put on the thing and was like, everybody was going and coming. Ivy was going on. I was like, just focused. It was so passionate for me. So the beauty and the power of the event, just like Christopher said, the organization, comfort, the thoughts and everything. But my focus here is Ash is into us. Like when you say somebody is into somebody, Ash is into us. Ash, you know how, if I may, it cannot even be comparable when a man is into a woman. He has introduced us, he took us and introduced us to his people. The introduction. Can you imagine? He says, come and see my people. Ash did that. He introduced us to his people, and he introduced us also to his people. Are you getting me? That's a powerful time for any kind of union in the world where two great parties and two great families meet. He let us meet them. He let them meet us. That was very, very powerful for me. And he was so proud that he knew that when they meet us, it will not be a mistake. Are you getting me? It's like, when you're doing those introductions, you get worried. But this one, he was certain that the people from Africa were going to stand tall. He was so proud of us. You could see it on him. And we were so proud of him too. We were so proud of him too. That great introduction. And when you're trying to bring two unions together, he tried to bring a similarity. Do you know what he did for us? He brought people from our continent. And he said, here you are. It was beautiful. I mean, do you know what it meant to me when at first I was thinking that they were all like, all of us who had come for the meeting, but to see that he went out of his way. Did you hear what I said? He went out of the way to choose those people specific. It was to make us happy. When you're going to marry into some place and you start wearing their clothes, it shows that you're part of them. He started getting us into them. And then one major thing that went down with me, he mentioned about the water project, that it was going to be $1 billion project. And he said, well, this is what they say. But he said he's not bothered because all of us would contribute. Can you imagine? Many billionaires contributing to bring Africa up. That was great for me. I'm telling you, I was just like, he's already mapped out my future. He's already said who we are going to be. He's already said it. I mean, and so like Christopher said, the excitement of who we are gripped me. I said, this man has accepted us. He has already planned for us. He has already said who we're going to be. That was very beautiful to me. And I just want to say thank you to Ash. Thank you to everybody for standing with us. I think I grew 2 inches taller as an African that day. And I'm so happy that everybody is now African. Trust me, Jean and everybody, I'll be giving you my African clothes. I'm promising you, because I've been wearing too many of your suits. Next time, I'll be giving Marty, you see that cup that what's his name? Engineer Mike had? We'll be getting one for him. We're so proud of you all, everybody on this OTECH Pro. Thank you for letting me speak.
Thank you, Ivy Mix. Really thank you, for the wonderful word. Like you said something about meeting the engineers. That's really great, because most companies will not even show you the people that are building the software for the company. They always hide them behind. You will never know them. Maybe you pass on the street, they are walking beside you. You don't know the software you are using is built by that person. It is really wonderful for Ash Mufare to bring us close to those guys, to showcase and show us those who are working on our behalf.
Yeah.
So without further ado, I will move straight to my sister Lisa from Canada.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me here. I'm Collins and the OTECH Pros. This is wonderful. Oh my gosh, after Ivy and Jean, come on, Collins. But anyway, it was wonderful being on that webinar and listening to you all who put your everything into organizing and preparing and everything. It was amazing. Comfort my sister. She isn't here. I was hoping she'd be here. I want to congratulate her. I wish I could hug her again. What an awesome job she did. She is a pro, and we know that. We see her in her lives every day, but she put her everything into this, and she brought it for Africa. What a wonderful, wonderful time that was. And everything else, everybody who spoke, what they shared, it was so great. Now, Ash said, so far, this journey has been incredible. He didn't use those exact words, but that's what he meant, the journey so far. And to have all of Africa in here now with their input and all the things that needs to be done, that will be done through ONPASSIVE. It's going to be great. We all know this. Yeah. And as well, we know that the best is yet to come. It's coming. The best is yet to come. These are his words. Mr. Kamal, what did he say? He says, Africa is a virgin market. Think about that, people. That's what he said. Think about what Africa is also going to bring to ONPASSIVE. Not only what ONPASSIVE is going to bring to Africa, but what Africa is going to bring to ONPASSIVE. It's going to be amazing, amazing. Africa is a primary market right now. That is what Dr. Tarak said. Okay? Being such a huge continent, Africa can't help but be a driving force, And I love seeing that. I don't have too much more to say. It's a lot's been said. And we just know that Africa is going to continue to be in ONPASSIVE, working and helping, and ONPASSIVE is going to be there as well. We all will be there for Africa. Africa, I mean, the people I've met from Africa so far, Collins, Oliver, Vincent, Bob, Comfort, so many of you people are so amazing, genuine people. And that's what I love about the African nation. I can't wait to meet others, Ivy, Macian, and, I just can't wait. I want to meet all of you guys. I want to hug you guys, and I want to be there interacting with you. It's going to be wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. You've made 3 points, which we will discuss here after everybody have taken their turn. We're coming back to discuss that point. So I will go straight to our sister, United Kingdom, Christina Dale. Take it from me. You want to unmute yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. I'm honored to be here. I want to take this opportunity to thank you guys for all the hard work that you've been doing. I've been watching you guys all the time. I'm someone who likes to be behind the scene. But honestly, I'm proud. I'm happy for everyone. I know you guys already. In short, I feel like I've known everyone from birth. We are one happy, unique family. This is a never done before. And I'm sitting here, I'm so proud. I want to thank all the leaders for all the hard work you guys have been doing, to thank the OTECH Pros, to thank our CEO and his entire tech team. They've done a great job. And then not forgetting, behind every successful man, there must be a woman. His wife, Mrs. Mufareh, we thank her so much for lending her husband for free to us for all these years. We appreciate that. Go Africa was a huge success because this showcased what we have in ONPASSIVE. There are so many people who still do not believe that we have any product. They are still saying that the whole thing is a scam. But I'm sitting here with so much pride to be part of this process. I want to thank you guys. I don't know what to say because you guys have said it all. The one thing I'll say is that ONPASSIVE is unbreakable, it's unstoppable, and unbeatable. The fact that this platform could host over 7,000 people in one, in short, I don't even know what can explain. I'm so excited. I'm happy to be part of this process, and I'm proud. Thank you guys so much. It was fantastic. It was a success. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Christina, for being here. This is your first time. I just pulled you up to say, because she's firebrand when it comes to ONPASSIVE. She's all over Facebook, doing that thing and, telling people the right thing and stuff like that. And we are happy to see you face to face. Say, when you're coming, you should put your camera on. We want everyone to see you. So we're really happy. So now we'll take over. I'll just give it to our brothers and, who's also working so hard, Dr. O. Are you there? Take it over.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. Well, I'm so very excited, to be here. I want to say a very big thank you to all the brothers, all the OTECH Pro for the wonderful job that you have been doing, and I want to appreciate the invitation, by Collins, to be part of this great, meeting today. So thank you all very much. And honestly, so much is being said, and a lot, is also going on. I wish we have a platform where we can actually listen to how everyone feel about the meeting that we just had. It really did something marvelous, to other folks. And I want to say big thank you to Maddie, our brother here, for actually engineering this whole thing. I really appreciate your effort and your labor of love and unity is certainly highly appreciated beyond what you can really imagine. ONPASSIVE is one company that is really doing honestly a lot of things that hitherto are considered difficult or impossible in terms of bringing people together, irrespective of the color, the class, and what have you. And so we really appreciate what is going on. And without sounding repetitive, I really want to say it's very awesome, what our CEO did, bringing some of those leaders to us to introduce them. It kind of the issue of inclusiveness and that we have so much African also that are directly involved and are working with, with Mr. Ash. It really resonated to many people, and we've had some feedback, positive feedback, and a lot of people are very, very excited. You never can tell sometimes what really clicks with some people. Sometimes what matters to you might not really be what matters to people, but I tell you honestly, some people felt it's like, wow. So, I mean, they were surprised for the first time to see that we have quite a number of people from Africa that are, that could say, I work with ONPASSIVE. I mean, it really was very strategic, and I'm not surprised that is Mr. Ash for you. He's just very good at it, and we really thank God for that. And another point I want to bring together, I saw that that very meeting is already triggering something very serious and massive in the heart of us as Africans. And I see ONPASSIVE actually on the verge of doing something that even our ECOWAS might not actually be able to do. I mean, because the way we are looking at ourselves, we are at the point where, that the unity is going to be so great. ONPASSIVE is in the verge of actually bringing us together that we're going to forget about this country, that country, and everything like that. That Africa, we are going to really see ourselves and get united, because they're just very common problem. And then the solutions that are coming in, and what ONPASSIVE is doing is really going to take us into another level. And believe me, I said to myself, I mean, what ECOWAS couldn't accomplish in terms of unity in Africa, I think ONPASSIVE is really getting, really on the road to really get that done. Because we have a common issue, we have a common problem, we have a common experience and everything like that. So, and that really, really is so great. And finally, there was a gentleman that, also, one of the great leaders in our communities here that came into my team. He missed it, as a founder, but he was in, later and as an affiliate. And he was at the meeting yesterday, the very first time he ever attended meeting with ONPASSIVE. When he looked at that meeting, he started something after that very meeting. In fact, he came to see me, and then of course the meeting was going on. I said, but I told you to join this meeting. He said, oh, he was busy, well, forgot. And so he sat there, for about 2 hours and everything. After that, his comment. This is someone totally new to ONPASSIVE. Was, oh my goodness, what kind of a company is this? He was so happy, so proud that he joined, because he never took it so very serious. He joined out of respect that I told him to come. I'm not sure he's ever checked anything, but then that meeting, first meeting that he saw, what he was seeing after that, and some of the things that we started talking about, so what we were going to start doing after that, and some planning, he really, I don't know how to express it, believe me. And this is not someone who doesn't know what he's talking about. So, I really thank God and for what we are in right now. It's just bigger than any of us can really imagine. So thank you very much, and God bless you.
Oh, wow, Dr. O, thank you very much. I know the gentleman will be a very happy and proud man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, to be on ONPASSIVE, which is really, really good. So yes, so we'll still come back to you. So please just stay there. So we'll take the next round. Where's Peter Rogers? I saw Peter Rogers in. Peter, you're hiding behind your camera. Please share a word.
Hi everybody. I have been here. I've been driving and I've been listening on my phone, and I've just got back. So yeah, obviously there's a lot of excitement been going on, and I'm thrilled for obviously the African community. The webinar that was obviously put on the other day was, it was mind blowing. There was there was a lot of real good speakers as well. African speakers that came on and gave their thoughts, which was really good. It was great to see, because obviously what we do, we come on these webinars and we just see Westerners, and it's great to see different people from all over the globe being involved in what ONPASSIVE is offering. And you know, I can't really add any more to what's been said. I think a lot, you know, about the webinar. I mean, I know there was a lot of work done in the background. I know, you know, obviously we've all mentioned about Comfort and how what a great job she did as presenting it with Ash and Marty and all that. But there was a lot of background work going on with you guys, you know, with Collins and Oliver and Vincent and Bob. You know, these guys were obviously working in the background over the last 2 or 3 weeks, putting this together. You know, I do speak to them, and they're telling me, and I'm scratching my head, and you know, because obviously I've been involved in doing different webinars, and there is a lot of work involved, and it was great to see what these guys had actually put together. And you know, I can't really say no more now. I think what was said on the webinar with Ash gave us a few extra bits of information as well, which was great. And we're all in a good place. And I think the future is bright for every one of us. And Africa is going to be one of the leading areas in ONPASSIVE, I think, with all these people that's involved here. It's great. Okay. I can't say no more than that, Collins. Oh, that's good enough. Okay.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Peter, for coming. And just stay, because we'll still come back. We have a lot of things to discuss. So, Vincent, are you in? Are you there, Vincent?
Yeah, I'm here.
So do you want to say a word, or do you want to say something in French and English anywhere?
Oh, no, I'll say the English, no French.
All right.
Thank you, Collins. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So it's like, thank you. It was a very good event and successful, like many people of us said. So it was very good and then very nice. So nothing wrong to say it. So I would like also to take this opportunity to thank all the leaders. Some of them are here, some of them are not here. And also our big brother, Mati Degamo, you also helped for this event happen. So I thank you all. And then also a big thank to our CEO, very humble person, very, very simple, very a man of heart. He was among us, and then he make himself like us. So he make that also event become very successful event. So we thank all the leaders. They also came here to support so we thank you all for this great opportunity, and then we hope we can have such a event also in the future, like in the few coming months, and then also we can use this first opportunity to correct anything maybe went a little bit wrong side, so that the coming event can be much more better than this one. Even that this is good, but it could also have a better and better than that. So, and then to make our CEO very proud. So we thank all the leaders we work behind to make this happen. So it was very successful event. So there's nothing to worry about that. So we thank you all. And then God bless ONPASSIVE, because we know that ONPASSIVE is a real, it's not a scam. Like someone said earlier today, is a real. And then that shows also our great event. So, and then a future event, I know a lot of people also have opportunity to express themselves and say what they want to say, to let us know that ONPASSIVE is the most biggest event and then the biggest technology company in our century. And then I know ONPASSIVE is going to make it, especially when we talk about AI, and then we'll lead the AI. And then I believe that that will make also much more proud and more successful across the world. Thank you, Collins.
Thank you, Vincent. Thank you. So that was wonderful. Yeah. So I will go over to Marcien. Do you want to share a word?
Thank you, Collins. Good morning, everyone. Hello, OTECH Pro. Wow, what an event that we just had with our CEO. Go Africa! Go Africa! That was the premiere. It means we have a lot that is still coming. And the event was very successful. You guys know, when you don't start, when you have never done something before, you don't take it to compare with another. But for the first time that Go Africa was at, we know it was a very successful event. And I have some tech that I got from there. When I see the tech that our CEO brought to show to us. And I look at it, and we know that they're all coming from Africa. Oh my God. My heart was as like honey and myrrh, and everything was pounding in, knowing that my brothers, my sisters are the one that they are building these tools that we are using today. You don't even know how beautiful it was. Jane said something when she was talking. Or I don't know if it was Jean or Lister. Somebody said something while they were talking. They said when you go to marry somebody in the family and you wear their clothes, it means you are among those people. Ivy may say that you are among those people. So when I see that the people that are building these tools, some of them, I mean, are our brother that we can just even go home and make them in our villages and make them in our mother house. It made me even, the love I used to have for ONPASSIVE, I mean, it multiply it at that second more and more. That was the biggest surprise that the CEO have done to us. No CEO in the world would do that, because that's putting those people image and their faces out there for us to see. That's mean a lot for this company. So everybody that have been doubting about ONPASSIVE, we are sitting down and telling you, ONPASSIVE did not only say that he goes with real people, it's real people that are also our brothers. From Africa, every single part of Africa, 54 continents, and Mr. Ash Mufareh did all his due diligence to bring people from everywhere in Africa. What a man. We cannot see this CEO anywhere around the globe. And this is one of the beauty of ONPASSIVE. Let me tell you something, guys. In Africa, if you know the Africa proverb, they said, our parents used to say, your people is your money. Your people is your value.
Yeah.
That's what our parents said. Means what? When you see your people is your value, your people is your money. We, the Africans, we are your value in ONPASSIVE. And we, the Africans, we are your money, and we are telling the Africans we are coming home. It means we, ONPASSIVE, from this company, the African community that we are, with the ONPASSIVE that we are coming home, and Africa will never be at the same. Africa, where you are, Mr. Ash Mufareh have started something. He have bring this movement, and all the men in Africa, no matter where you are, my brother Collins say, you are not so small to make a difference. So if you try a mosquito, you will see. Wherever you are in Africa, you will make a difference. You can make a difference. You have something to give. And for you to give that thing, you have to start by being in ONPASSIVE, because that's where everything started. The door is wide open. You just have to push it. Sometimes when you see the door locked, it might not have a key. You just have to push it, and you will get to the next door. So ONPASSIVE is that place that have opened the barrier, because how many places around the world, how many technology company, how many company do you even see that the CEO have brought so many people, talented people around the world, talking about Africans? No way. But this is we now. I am going to speak for everybody, and I'm speaking for myself. I am what I am right now, that I can be proud to say it to the whole world, that ONPASSIVE have already changed me to a different person.
Yeah.
Now I'm sitting down here talking to tons of thousands of people every day, every single minute. Those are the talent, some of the things that we have on us, that is only ONPASSIVE that will unveil that identity on you, make you know who you are. So my brothers, my sister that are still out there wanting and wanting and looking, if you think you don't have nothing to give, this is a place for you to come, and you will see that you have something to give. And talking about what our CEO said, can you imagine being in a company that is willable? That means a lot. Remember, we Africa, I'm not saying it because I'm trying to pull Africa down. We does not ride wheel because we don't have what to ride wheel with.
don't.
He's giving us something to write our will. Please, people, my people, if you are an affiliate in this company, write your will. It's willable. Means what ONPASSIVE is giving you is going to be for generation to generation.
Generations to come.
Thank you. Thank you, Marcia.
So I'm going to just leave it here because I will take it another webinar for a day.
Thank you, Marcia. That was a powerful statement. Yeah. Sometimes people don't have anything to will. So what's the point of writing a will? You don't even have nothing.
You don't.
So I just want to thank you, Marcia. That was really powerful. And it's true. It is true. It is true. So I will take it back to my brother Oliver. Throw something on it.
Yeah, Marcel, you cracked me up. And that's true. Thank you very much for that, for your last word that we don't have will, but now we do. All the Africans of Pacific, we do have a will. Thank you very much for that. And I want to thank everybody that is here today. And then for our CEO and the staff that they were on board, I want to say thank you, because GOooooo Africa is this has been a big success. This is one of the biggest success that, in fact, I can think from birth that I've seen, and what happened a few days ago.
Over 7,000 people.
Yes, and look what Mr. Ash Mufareh has done to us by creating ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE Africa will never be the same again. Why do I say so? Only in Cameroon that I know there are more than 20,000 ONPASSIVians. In each of those neighborhoods, they'll impact people's lives. Those water projects that we talk about, energy, electricity, I followed Collins them yesterday with them empowerment. They talk about the youth. Yes, Africa has a lot of youth, more youth than adults. They are there. We have human resources. When I say human resources, we have intellectuals. They've gone to schools. Then those that are here, we are with ONPASSIVE. We are going to transport into our brains back home to carry on development, to impact people's lives. With the resources from ONPASSIVE also, again, we'll be able to give those water projects before whatever ONPASSIVE, the humanitarian wants to come in. We will do our best to make sure that our people are comfortable. Health centers, free health, medication, labs, they'll go there for free. The ONPASSIVians will do that, and that alone, Africa will never be the same. Coming again, July, we are going to have the next GOooooo Africa webinar again. That is coming. The date, we've not yet scheduled the date, but it's coming in July. I just want to announce that here. It's coming in July. So please prepare. And I really want to thank each and everybody, every one of us that we are here. We should start thinking, all the Africans, we should start thinking, what next and what next? I know we are going to impact people's lives. I really want to talk about this humanitarian part, about impacting people's life, because ONPASSIVE is the biggest company that you will ever think about on this planet Earth now. Tell me, which technology company has all the applications that we do? Tell me, you want to go to the other sector, finance, we are there. It was announced in Egypt that the Arab Summit for banking, they've signed partnership with. Talking about healthcare, again in Egypt, the biggest pediatric hospital, a partnership was signed, an agreement was signed, or a partnership was signed there, to build AI system. I think it was in Burundi or where, in Africa again. In there, they also signed a partnership with that country. So look, ONPASSIVE is taking Africa and is going to change Africa. Tell me which of these other big technology companies that are in Africa. No, ONPASSIVE is going there, and you know what that means. The development that is coming, what Mr. Ash Mufareh has done, please, I want to say thank you to him. And we should take this, and we should take the advantage. We, the African, we are going to take the advantage, and we're going to hold the bull by the horn and move forward with it and make sure that Africa should be where we want it to be tomorrow. And it is a virgin zone. It is a virgin zone. Yes, Dr. Tara said that. That is a virgin zone. And we are also coming aggressively to make sure that Africa has clean water, energy. You know, we have products. We have applications that are coming. We have applications that are coming. Academy. People will not travel again to go for study. Academy is there. I'm here. I owe student loan. Back home, people can go to Harvard. People can go to Oxford. People can go to Howard. People can go any other university through Academy. People want to buy. We have O-commerce also coming. O-commerce is going to also be in Africa. Do you know what is that? That is also going to mean? We have products that are coming that people are going to make use of it. People are going to, what Mr. Ash Mufara has done, it is big. It is big. And we have to make sure that we introduce our people to take advantage of it and to impact others and to make sure that development is there and there will be no the poverty level we are going to carry down. Coming again about data consumption, that was another big one. We just need to have our internet. The CEO says so. Have your internet, leave the rest with ONPASSIVE. 25% reduction of data consumption, that is huge. Already now, people are enjoying it because of the advanced technology that ONPASSIVE has provided to us. People buy 2 gigabytes, 7 gigabytes, they don't even use up to that gigabyte. I heard John Mankeford talk about the gigabyte that he bought, and he used it 3 times. We also, when another webinar, one other guy, Maurice Eze, in Nigeria, Ibadan, he said he had a webinar with 40 of his staffs. They use OConnect. This is it that we are using. This is OConnect that we are using. Africa is going to take a big advantage of it. So in everything, anything and everything in ONPASSIVE is something that is African needs. And we are going to take advantage of it and impact people's lives. Thank you very much. I want to thank everybody to be here today with the OTECH Pro and to share your excitement. We are all excited, and I'm very happy. I'm very fired up, and I know all of us on the same page. Thank you very much, Collins.
Yeah, thank you, Oliver. Thank you for sharing that. That was really wonderful. So let's look at the name Go Africa. You know, we didn't form that name. Mr. Ash Mufara gave that name. So that was one of the things. It was big. Mr. Ash Mufara just said, you know what? This is the name I want you to call, you know, the event. And now the event, the name is just like spreading like wildfire. But thanks to Mr. Ash Mufara for you know, think about the name and say, this is how we will do it. And we say, Go Africa. And that's it. So now we need to take the second round. So we'll just go 2 minutes and just say something. But there's something I want us to share, which I'll start with Madi Digamo. You know, Dr. Torok said Africa is a primary market. I think our sister said this thing. And Mohammed Kamal said Africa is a virgin market. Madi Digamo, do you want to share something? What is your thought about that? Africa is a primary market, and the CEO said Africa is a virgin market.
Yeah, those statements have been made by a lot of people, AI people, IT people, and then again from Kamal, it's his homeland, by the way. Dr. Tarek, he told you how much he feels about Africa. And the point is, the first thing you need to do is communicate. How do you do that? They're working on 25 less percentage of gigabytes or whatever to be able to run. If you can communicate, you can teach. If you can teach, you can learn. And if you can learn, you can change a country. Okay, that's just fact. And I believe going after Africa, for one, is one of the biggest, best investments you could possibly make. It was said here, and you can look this up, by the way. There's very well-educated people with no job. What good is that? You know, I was telling my grandchildren, don't be going engineer, don't go here, go here. Look at what's coming. IT and AI is here to stay. This is the beginning. Everybody's like, oh, it's been going on years. No. If you look the last few years, That's when it really kicked in. And I'm going to ask you a question. Could ONPASSIVE been in a better position than they are right now? No, they're at the very top of this wave. And where are they going? United States has got an office with 2 cubicles. That's it. They're going where it needs to go. Because if you can get this communication going and you get that and you give people water, they should get water. They should be able to have food. They should have a roof over their head and the education that everybody else gets. This is powerful, man. And that's what this company's wrapping around. That's what this company's doing. Ash knew if I could make a company that draws good-hearted people and then give them the tools and give them the resources, MONEY, they will change a continent, they'll change a country, change a continent, change the world. And that's true. A lot of countries, including Africa, some of the people in government are thieves and crooked. I believe the day will come because you're going to start giving resources to people with a big heart, not greedy. And they will wind up in the very positions that make new laws. They will make a difference in these countries. It's not going to happen overnight. But when you have ONPASSIVE coming through like a steamroller, and their goal is to take that market that maybe other people are backing off of, it's the best thing we could have ever done. Best thing we could have ever done. And you're only seeing the beginning. And like they said, as said, maybe you missed .com. Maybe you missed some of these other things. But this is big. This is bigger than anything that's ever happened. Trust me, bigger than the first industrial age. Guarantee it. And where are we going to be? You're going to be in the very front of it. And we're going to ride this wave through for the rest of our lives, our grandchildren's lives. The Africa, take a picture, because it won't look like this in 10 years. It will be different. He said it will be visually different, and you'll see the difference, right? You'll know the difference. How does it work? People. Who cares more about Africa than Africans? No one. So if you get African people, give them the resources, give them the way to make a change. Look, you're family oriented to begin with. If you have something to eat, everybody eats. If you have money, everybody has money. If you have a home, everybody has a home. That's the concept. That's the ONPASSIVE concept. It's not that far-fetched. Ash knew. One day I talked to him. I said, what do you do? He goes, oh, we like to give out food and water to the people in the street. And he thought, no matter how good I am, how much can I do as one person? But if I create a business where I make 1 million Mother Teresa's at one point, right? What happens? It changes the world. And there's not a better place in Africa to be doing that. And we're going to do it blanket. It's going to go all 4 directions around the world. And you guys will be a working force of all the new changes that will happen in Africa. It'll be fun to see. You're going to be able to see it from when you were a kid and now. The resources are there. The sad thing is the country's rich in resources, but they're being pillaged by somebody else, either other countries or just crooked people. That's going to change. That's going to change because you don't need a government to be successful. Some people live off the government. They have no choice. Yep. In fact, they like it that way because they keep you in control. But I think we're about to see something that we've never seen before. And I've always said from the very beginning, anybody that knows me, the power of ONPASSIVE is the people, not the products. Yep. The products are going to be the best in the world. So that's a given. Where the power is you and everybody here. Find out who you are and what you're good at. There's 2 big days in your life, the day you're born and the reason why. Find out that why. And ONPASSIVE is that tool for you to run as fast as you want to run. You can soar. 3 years ago, I met OTECH Pros, shy guys that work in IT. They couldn't talk in front of 7 people, much less 7,000, okay? And I told them, look, I think you need to be out there, but it's up to you to fly. So if I were you, I'd flap my wings or you're going to hit the ground really, really hard. And they did. Look at what they've done. That wasn't me. Maybe I saw something in them that maybe they didn't know, but they did everything. That's why we have this big meeting. That's why Ash knows who they are. In fact, when he talks, he says, tell the OTECH Pros, explain what I just said. 3 years ago, they didn't know who they were. That's why I think we go through, spot the diamonds, and raise them to the top. We got to get rid of pride. Lift people above yourself. The biggest leaders that we all remember in the history of mankind were servants. They were servants. They weren't five-star generals. They served other people very, very well. That's why we remember them. That's why ONPASSIVE will be remembered as a serving company. Anyway, that's all I have.
Thank you. Thank you, Madi. True. That's really true, because ONPASSIVE is here to serve everyone, those who really want to come in. ONPASSIVE cannot just, force you, but you have to make the will. And they say, when there is a will, there is a way. You must see something positive and then make that change. So a lot of time people are scared because they have tried something and they fail. But again, it's not how many times you fall, it's how you get up, dust yourself, and continue trying. Because the only time you fail is only when you refuse to try. So we just have to keep on trying. So Madi, I want to ask this question again to you before we take round again, because everybody here will share something before we shut down. So Mr. ASH MUFAREH said something. He said, get a good internet and I will do the rest. That's what he said to the Africans. You just need to get an internet and I will do the rest for you. So do you want to take it from any angle?
It goes by connection again, okay? A lot of people, when you get money, fill up your closets, get food, take care of your family. I get it, but then you need to invest in the best equipment you can get, because from here on out it's communication. We have no ocean, we have no walls. It doesn't matter your religion. I don't care. ONPASSIVE doesn't care the color of your skin. Doesn't care if you're a man or a woman. Doesn't care if you're disabled. There's a couple things we need to do. We need to invest in ourselves so we can invest in others. When I use the word invest, I'm not talking about putting money in and making a profit. I'm saying get the best equipment you can get where you're at. It will probably be forced onto the country by, listen, we could have an old blast and bring in better Wi-Fi. We're going to see satellites in the sky. It's going to get better and better and better. But when it does, try to upgrade the best you can so that you can be on top of everything. You don't want to miss anything, because we are now brothers and sisters through this screen, okay? And that's a big deal. We'll meet in person, but in the meantime, we need to give the same message to everyone. And a lot of people, which I can't believe this, majority of the people on ONPASSIVE can't even get to a webinar. We don't realize that's how bad. But 3 weeks ago, when they came out with the new OConnect, we started hearing people that were left behind going, I can see, I can hear. That's the most powerful thing I've heard in 5 years. When I heard that, I went, oh my God. I heard it from Papua New Guinea. I heard it from Africa. There's people in India. I can get on. I don't have to refresh. I can hear and I can see. That is some of the most powerful sentences we could hear, because that's all ASH needs you to be able to do. Be able to hear, be able to see, and lock into what he has for us. And then start lifting people up above yourself. Point out people. Nobody should be alone in ONPASSIVE. Some people were brought into ONPASSIVE by people that probably shouldn't have been here. But you're supposed to be here. Find somebody. Everybody will adopt you. Everyone. You can go anywhere and somebody will bring you in and help you get to where you need to get. Never stand alone. What makes us strong is us together. That's why people look at us now. Remember, September, end of October, we got a nasty letter from the government. Nobody budged. Nothing happened. Any other company at that position where we didn't sell a product yet would have folded. They sat back and said, what happened? Nothing happened. Why? Because we're ONPASSIVE people. We're here with a heart. It's bigger than just a business. Yeah. And I guarantee that Monday morning, the government sat around the table and said, what the freak? We dropped a bomb on them and they don't even act like they know it. It's exactly what I thought would happen. You know why? Communication and people truly loving one another. It's the most powerful thing we can do. And now we're knocking on the door of Africa, and we've just begun. It's going to get better and better and better. And you hear these people that Ash brought in, all these people, by the way, paid them all overtime. It was late at night. He said, I want you to come in there and make them feel good. I want you to know. And they wanted to be there. A lot of them are from Africa. And that one guy said, they gave me a list of what questions they had. Ash covered every single one of them.
Yep.
He covered every single one of them. And then he said, I want you to call it Go Africa. I said, well, we'll think about it. No, I didn't say that. I said, okay. So, but we're in the best place we could be. And we're about to see this train leave the station. Help people, get them going. Make sure the truth is said. I don't know why people want to blow up stuff and exaggerate. Listen, if you told everybody about ONPASSIVE everything, they'd think you're lying anyway. It's too good to be true. You have to dumb it down just so people believe you. But this is going to change lives, and we're part of it. What more could you want? Listen, all said and done, what will come to you at your ending days is memories of the journey. Because once you have the money, you have all that, it's not what matters. It matters what you did. Yeah. What impact did you make on somebody else's life? That's what's going to matter. And this is coming from a broke dude, okay? So I'm telling you, you listen to all these people that are wealthy, they would give it all up to have a memory, to have a good memory. And on all these meetings we have and Ash being on, I'll never forget that the rest of my life. And we're going to be able to watch it happen in front of us. I am truly done now. Okay.
Thank you, Maddie. That was great. At least you really shared it, which was really nice. You know, that's why we always like to have you on. You know, and if Maddie talked about the questions, we had almost 500 questions, and we have to filter all of those questions for 3 days. So you can imagine 500 questions across Africa, and the one is Ash Mufareh to address. And truly, he addressed all the questions. You know, summarize everything and just address it. But there were more than 500 questions.
Even at the end, to be funny, he goes, "Did I cover everything?" That's what he texts me, and I go, "No, you got to go back and talk about crypto." And he did. He came right back on. But that's who he is, though, guys. That's who he is.
Yeah,
that's who he is. He wanted it to be a big hit for Africa. He loved the idea when I told him that the OTECH people are getting together with everybody, with Marcian and look at Engineer Mike. My gosh, he was in the whole outfit and everything. He's the first male cheerleader I've ever seen in my life. But he was happy. It was a beautiful thing. And it's only going to get better. Next time it'll be better. Some of the issues that happen, they're addressing it, and that'll be done. So, but it's everybody. It was really good for me too.
Yeah. So that was great. So now we just take the last round, and Maddie will come back to you for final conclusion. So I will just go through my screen from left to right. So, you know, let me see. It's Nafiso. Take it on. Just bring anything you want to share. Just doesn't have to be Africa, but anything.
Thank you so much for second round. I appreciated the opportunity, and thank you, Marty, to facilitate Go Africa, to our CEO Ash to cooperate. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We're grateful what you've done for us. And thank you, Oliver, to bring it to the table that Go Africa is happening again in July. I think it was Oliver who mentioned. Thank you. Yeah. So here is the next meeting. That's where my attention is at the moment. I feel this time to think bigger than what has happened last time. Yes, we did great job. We did amazing. The leaders, they participate amazingly. But this time, let's bring Africa more higher than what has happened. We done great job, but this time by the participation, because what we need is more people. This is the business. It's not like showcase. It's not like a dancing night. It is business. So let's bring our communities in back home to the ONPASSIVE business, because a lot of people, they might not understand ONPASSIVE by now, that they are thinking like, okay, is that embassy will be this? Is that will be unreal? A lot of people still mindset, it's not there. So what we need from now on, just Go Africa United or team to work on, to bring it to the table, leaders behind the scene in our nation, not the ones who are privileged in other countries like me, like a lot of us. Yes, I go back every year to Africa. Last 12 years, I never miss a year to see how my people doing, what they are, what's the needs. I can't do much, but my goal is really clear. I've been sharing many times. My goal is just in ONPASSIVE, and I work on is just to help with the single mothers to get their own business for their own home. I mean, like in ONPASSIVE, to get the working from home. That's my goal. So a lot of people doesn't have a clarity when they jump to ONPASSIVE. So they figure out now, oh my God, I'm in the business. I'm maybe have got something, but what should I do? If the thing is coming, have you got the plan? So back to my what I mentioned is just this time to focus the leaders behind the scene in our nation, to bring it them. We've got the leaders who understood ONPASSIVE very, very early stage, which build. They join very few, maybe few months, few weeks, but they build. I seen other brother who build over 2,000 resellers he joined maybe last month in founder position, but he gets serious and build that foundation. So a lot of people understood. They have got a lot of very, very talented leaders behind the scene. So I encourage the who is ever is gonna organize next meeting to think big and bring it the people we need to be on that stage, or to be the people who can present those countries, who present, yes we can, but we don't know exactly where is the needs, where is the there is a lot of facility maybe the Africa can use in our nation. So those people need to go back and gather them, get the ideas until July, get them into that next meeting, and the new face and new approach to Africa. So thank you. That's my
Yes. Thanks, Nafiso. Yeah, that was really great. But one of the things I wanted to say here is we need to understand ONPASSIVE, because ONPASSIVE is not about bringing affiliate, because we cannot follow midget while the elephant is there. If you understand ONPASSIVE, you can say, you know what, I will leave it for ONPASSIVE to do it for me. If they give you two opportunities, they said, you go out, be a marketer like Mari Digamo, bring what you can bring, or stay for ONPASSIVE to do it for you. What will you choose? I would leave ONPASSIVE to do it for me, because Mr. Ash Mufareh always explained a lot of things. What they are bringing is organic traffic, targeted traffic that will land. Multiple product, multiple founders need to understand ONPASSIVE in that dynamics, not the dynamics of go and bring people, because none of us can sell IT products, whether we like it or not. I work in the IT industry. I can build software, but ask me, can I sell it? I can't, because I don't know my target market. None of us can sell Google. When Google started, nobody sold Google, but it went viral. So we need to shift from the mindset of bringing people, finding affiliate, shift from that mindset and start to look ONPASSIVE as an IT technology company that can do the rest for you. If you understand what ONPASSIVE is putting before you, honestly, you don't need to. Why should I work? If you said the system is there to work for you, why should I struggle? You can share, yes, with your family member, but I will not worry myself and saying, oh my God, how many people will I bring? Because Mr. Ash Mufareh and the team can can bring traffic that you will never, ever imagine. I have seen it firsthand because I work in a traffic-driven company. So I have seen it firsthand, and I'll tell everybody, don't worry. The time you need is the only thing you need to know is to understand the system, how to push that button, and the system will do it for you. You know, that's what I will explain. Then let us learn more. Let us not try to be who we are not, because I will not try that, because I know if I try to go out like that, I will surely fail. I will not be able to do it. If it was to bring somebody, to be honest with you, I will not join ONPASSIVE. I will not join ONPASSIVE because I know I cannot do it. So let me go now to Jean Oliver. So say a word or two for us.
Well, I want to say, Collins, I totally agree with you. I did not join ONPASSIVE to go out and be a marketer, and I would be a total failure. So I am counting on ONPASSIVE to do that for me. But I just wanted to say two things. One, during the Go Africa meeting, Marty was made an honorary African. And I wanted to say that about 10 years ago, I did a DNA test. And not surprisingly, you know, they do the world map and has little dots all over it. Most of my dots were in European countries. You know, I have family in Scotland, France, England, you know, all that kind of thing, Germany. But not all my dots were in Europe. Guess where one of them was? Woo! Africa! Africa! No joke, no joke. From the Moroccan region to the northern in around Morocco. So I am a official. I have African blood in me, and I could not be more proud. So that's number one. Number two, to Marty's point about the, you know, and Ash saying, just get your internet and I'll do the rest. I want to say, okay, you know, especially those who've been struggling and have not had internet and just no jobs. I have friends in Nigeria, just no work, just struggle. I would say, okay, make your number one job, get that internet somehow, some way. And if you can't do it now, eventually you'll be able to do it, right? But really get real about your lists of things that you're going to do. Like step one, okay, when I have an extra $10, what's the next thing I'm going to do? When I have an extra 100, what's the next thing I'm going to do for my family? Like very real, tangible steps, so that you get yourself and start listing out your bigger and bigger dreams. What am I going to do for my family, my uncle, my aunt, my community, my village, my state, my country, and you start listing these things out. Now I'm a list maker, but you know, even people that aren't, you just get very real and tangible about it because it makes it concrete in your mind. These are real things that are going to happen. They're not just hopes and wishes. And it gives you a structure, because once this gets rocking and rolling, it's going to snowball. It's going to happen very fast. And without a sort of a plan, a structure, a pathway, you can flounder, you can get lost. And we know that we're going to have all sorts of people coming at us once they know that we have this influx of wealth. So we want to be able to focus on what our plans are for our families and communities so that we stay on track. So that would be my suggestion to everyone, is to just get very specific about what you want to do in the beginning, those little steps as you move and build that wealth and move on, you know, like set an appointment with the bank or do like very real things, because this is real. This is happening and it's big, and Africa is going to be absolutely ginormous with the transformations happening by your sheer numbers, by the bottlenecked ingenuity and brilliance that's been just waiting to be unleashed on the world. And once that cork is popped and that is able to flow, people will be able to get the education that they want. They'll have the financial freedom to make the changes that they want, to meet with the leaders of those countries, to say, look, we're going to make some changes. I'll finance it, or whatever it is, however it's going to happen. And we already know that people are in Africa are already making these plans, infrastructural plans. It's been happening for years and years through ONPASSIVE and individuals in ONPASSIVE. Engineer Mike being a perfect example of that, Charles Osong. These people are already rocking and rolling in Africa. So that would be my suggestion to everyone. But thank you so much for having me here today. It's been an absolute pleasure and honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Jean. Thank you very much for sharing. So I will go to Sister Christine. I think Robin is in the house, so I'll give Robin a chance to speak. But Christine, you go, and then I'll call on Robin. Are you there?
Yeah.
Yes.
I had to unmute myself.
You're
Well,
right.
what I'll say is the event was a great success. And I want to thank everyone for a job well done. I want to thank everyone for the unity that we have in ONPASSIVE. It's mind-blowing. One big, unique, happy family. I can't really say much because all has been said by all the leaders in the house. But everything, I appreciate you guys so much. And we are blessed to have a CEO like Mr. Mufareh. When it comes to affiliate marketing, I didn't have any knowledge about it, but now I do understand. Through ONPASSIVE, I've really gained a lot of knowledge, and I'm really grateful and proud to be part of this process. It's a learning process, and we learn as we go along every day. I listen to all of you leaders, Maddie, Jean, everyone. In short, even if I don't call names, I do listen to you guys all the time, all the webinars. It's very, very educative, and I'm really proud to be part of ONPASSIVE. Africa, there's someone I met online some time ago. He told me, he was laughing at us. He said, ONPASSIVE cannot be proud because Africa is, in short, they can't say that ONPASSIVE is mainstream because we concentrate only in Africa. So I asked him, I said, well, most of us are based in Europe and America. And if Africa, I said, Africa is our target. So if we get Africa and the Middle East, that's mainstream. He didn't come back to me until after a couple of days. Then he said, well, what he said made sense, but you guys don't have any product to prove it. I said, well, we have OConnect. He said, oh, that's not a product. We've not seen it. So at least this Go Africa has showcased what we have. I'll go back because I communicate with him. At first, he was very arrogant, but these days it's like we have become friends. He's based in America. He comes from time to tease me. And then I went and checked. I realized that he has an online shop. So I told him, I said, you know what? I'm not going to persuade you to join ONPASSIVE. Whether you like it or not, ONPASSIVE, as per the words of our CEO, it's not going to go viral. It's coming. So you see it everywhere. There is nothing you can do about it. I said, OConnect is not copy and paste. It's for real. So I'm really proud because I'm sitting here, I'm using the product. I saw it from start, how Mr. Mufareh started, because this is my 4th year. And I'm so proud. I'm happy. I love you all. Thank you guys so much for all the hard work.
Thank you, Christine. So I will call Robin if Robin is ready. Robin, are you there?
I am here. Can you hear me now?
Robin. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Thank you so much.
You started out.
I appreciate your patience. I appreciate your allowing me to persevere. I'm actually on my phone for the first time, and you are all clear. You are all bright, beautiful backgrounds, and I'm thrilled to be able to have a backup plan now. I've missed the whole of what you've said and done, but I know that the excitement, the enthusiasm, the joy of what happened with the Go Africa webinar is what you've been talking about and what has been perpetuated through this webinar. And not knowing what others have said ahead of me, I won't waste your time again, except to say that I feel it was a huge success. I think we brought it to Africans and to Africa who may have felt left behind, uncertain about where they stood in the big ONPASSIVE plan. And I think and hope that it has raised them up so that they feel part of ONPASSIVE as well. I would also like to take this moment to say this is my first time with you on the OTECH PROS Round Table, and I'm so grateful and appreciative of you having asked me. But I've also come to know you 4 amazing gentlemen over the course of the last few months. And I really, really appreciate who you are and what you do. And so I'm sure many people listening to you know who you are, know your backgrounds, know your dedication to ONPASSIVE and the support that you give to ONPASSIVE. But I would just like to share so that for those who don't know about you, I just want them to understand how much help you give ASH and ONPASSIVE by explaining the complex technical aspects of what is going on into layman's terms, into a way that we can understand, especially for somebody like myself who is not techie, who wants to learn, who wants to appreciate and understand. And you are just 4 amazing men who happen to work in the IT field and have done so for many years. And there are so many other people in the company who do that as well, whether they've actually been formally educated and work in those fields, or whether they have, I'm going to say initially dabbled in it because of where it was going before ONPASSIVE, but have learned even more on their own time and in their own ways, in addition to hearing people like yourselves and our other tech founders and engineers. But to those of you who are listening, do you realize that between Vincent and Colin, Bob and Oliver, there are more than 80 years experience collectively working in the IT field? Their working and experience comes in the software testing engineering, the database engineering, and then they work with IT security and compliance, as well as a whole raft of other aspects that we don't even know anything about. But they work with this daily in their own private lives. And they have understood what Ash has said from day one. And they have helped so many of us understand the details which are necessary to be able to accomplish this massive behemoth called ONPASSIVE, this business that is taking over the world with the biggest heart and the most advanced technology. So, gentlemen, I would like to say thank you so much for what you have done. And when you came together as the OTECH Pros, your dedication again to ONPASSIVE and to the support of founders and being the bridge between those who speak the high level of technology on ONPASSIVE to those of us who are willing to learn, wanting to learn, and now understand so much more because of our interaction in ONPASSIVE and with all of you. So I know that this has been an amazing webinar. I know that what you have hosted and how you have held this has been fantastic. And I know the speakers that I've seen on the panel have spoken from their heart about what ONPASSIVE is and what it did for Africa. I am African. Africa is my motherland from my mother's side. And as I did mention the other day, I've had the good fortune and blessing to actually visit 14 of these countries within the continent of Africa. South Africa, Egypt, Tunis, Djibouti, I have been to. I have been to Somalia. Not many people can say they've been to Djibouti. And I've been there quite a few times. And my very dear friend is from Burundi. So Africa has always been part of my life and part of our growing up. Mum was African. She was everything to do with it, from the meals, the babuti, to the sayings, to the slogans. And I know that I have the African drums in my blood, which is life. And anybody who hears the African drums will resonate and respond and become alive. There are lots of drums all around the world, and I always perk up, but the African drums are amazing. So to all the magnificent Africans and to all the magnificent founders that we have in ONPASSIVE, let's work together. You came to ONPASSIVE for the reason from your heart when something resonated with what you were either told by another founder or when you heard Ash himself speak to you about his dreams and his visions. We are in this together. We are in it to win it. And together we're going to make such a magnificent impact on the world through our products, through our hearts, through our collectiveness, it is ONPASSIVE. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for allowing me to be with you. Thank you for your patience with me as I became, another new techie person. But I'm on my phone and you look fabulous. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, thank you, Robin. Honestly, always a pleasure to have you around. Honestly, your kind words and everything. We can't really thank you more than enough. So just a blessing to be, with such an amazing person like you. So just so happy. Now I will take it over to Ivy Mix. So your last word. Ivy, are you there?
Yeah, I am. Can you
Yes.
see me?
Yeah, we can see you. Yes,
okay,
we can
okay.
see you.
All right. Yeah. I don't know whether to sleep or to stand after Robin talking. Her voice and the content and the power of the things she has said. I don't know whether we should stop this, go Africa, and go Robin. But anyway, we love you, Robin. And it's nice to hear you at this moment. Thank you so much. And all that she said is something I had put in a book that I was going to say about the OTECH Pros. But today is not your day. In fact, you've been amazing. And I just want to say I'm humbled. And I would never take this for granted that this is my first time too, myself, being on this great show, great show. And in Africa, today, Maddie is African, so I can say it. We love our men and the way we've combined living in Africa and living here, and the way they help us. The African man is always helping us, helping everybody in OTECH Pro, and how we also stand in humility with them. We also learn that back from our continent. We love you, and we are so proud of what you're doing for ONPASSIVE. So my last words about the Go Africa is I'm still, like Macien, thrilled about Ash introducing his people to us, the way he is into us, the way he loves us. When you love somebody, it's not enough saying it. He has shown us. He has shown us. When somebody shows you and solidifies it and puts a stamp on it, that's more powerful. He has told us, we have seen he loves us by the 2 years ago, like what he has said. But right now, he has put a stamp on it that we are part of him. And we just want to say thank you to him. And we love him so dearly for doing that for us. Another point I would like to raise is, Maddie touched on it. Everybody comes to Africa for what Africa has. Africa has diamonds, Africa has resources. And like Dr. Tarek said, we are virgin Africa. We have not been even tapped yet. But look at ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE has come to Africa in the right way, and he's going to win. You know why? Africa, Ash came from the bottom up. See, he's sweeping everybody from the villages, on your cell phones, on everything. Let me tell you something. Those guys in the village, they are the ones who know where the minerals are. They are the ones who know the traditions of the land. They are the ones who can show you the way. Ash did not come to us to come and take the gold that we have. He's coming to give us the gold he has to make us better. We are amazed. This Africa thing, if we started, it would be 2 more webinars. And I just also wanted to point out that Africans, we are loyal. Our loyalty is, I think it's Global who said it. You meet your brother African, you say, oh, I've met a good thing. They will take it from you, run with you even before they ask. So many Africans, we just took the ONPASSIVE. I'm one of them. I just took it. I didn't even know what it was. And I started running with it before I looked back to check that I had found a gold mine. So our loyalty is unshaken, and we want that message to stay. And another thing we have is patience. We don't have like people are talking about, we don't have data and all that. So we are patient. We know we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll wait with Ash. We'll get there. Do you get me? We don't have a white microwave lifestyle. We have a patient lifestyle. We grow with people. We stand with people. And we're going to stand with Ash. It's so beautiful. We can say so many great things about this union of Africa and ONPASSIVE. but we just want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you to Madi, and I really like the Go Africa. It's the Go Africa. It's for us to take and run. We Africans, we have to take it and run. Take it and run. Take it and run. It's for us. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for this great meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Ivy. Thank you, Ivy, for the wonderful word. Yes, it's for us. We just have to, Mr. Ash Mufareh build a platform. Now it's up to us to take it and run. Like Madi always said, if they give you a Rolls Royce Phantom, Madi, if you want to ride it as a Beetle, it's up to you. So, so I will go to Listra. The final word.
My final word. Oh my goodness. I'm being blown away here today. Robin, it's so great to hear you. I'm glad you're here. OTECH Pros, I mean, I've learned so much from you guys. And where are you from? Africa. This is why Ash says, go Africa. Because you guys are amazing. I mean, you help everyone. And my big bro there, Mr. Digamo, I mean, he's right there with you guys. As he said, he's brought you all to the surface. Okay, and you guys took it and you ran. Go Africa. Wonderful, wonderful. Like Ash says, you know, and this is what we have to think of. The best is yet to come. It's coming. Much, much more is coming. And I wish that everyone who out there are not taking everything that Ash is putting before us, I wish that they would get it. I just wish that they would. As they don't know what they are missing out on. We know it because we're here. We know that those words are true. We know where it's going to take us. So yeah, Jean, I have African blood in me too. I've got lots of blood in me. I've got French blood. I've got Indian blood. I can go on and on. I am a mixture of just about so many, you know. But yeah, it's something to be proud of. Everything we have in us, our parents gave to us and God gave to us, and we should be proud. And yes, I'm proud that Ash has brought this company to us. He did it with love, with heart. So we have now got to take it and run, and which a lot of us are doing. And we got to keep it up. So that's all I have to say is keep on going, Africa. The next webinar should be wonderful, as you guys said, and you know, it will be bigger and better. And I'm sure all the Africans who were in the chat and on the panel, they are just gloating right now, just the way you guys are. We all are, because it's exciting. It's an exciting time for everyone. So go Africa and all ONPASSIVians. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So it was just a shame that we couldn't bring a lot of people on the panel, because it was really a nightmare. I was just sweating. Because yeah, so I think next time we'll do better to make sure we get round with everyone who want to speak. So let me go to Dr. O. Are you there? Your last final word. Or if you're not there, I will go to Peter Rogers. You have something to say, your final word.
Yeah, please. I'll be back in a minute, please.
All right. Okay.
Thanks.
So, all right, Peter Rogers.
Okay. Well, drop the mic, everybody.
Yeah.
What has been said? I don't know what to say. You know, I mean, there's obviously a lot been said. I think the next webinar that's going to, obviously you guys are going to put together is going to be better than the last one. All I really want to say is, you know, the people who are on the last webinar who are listening to this, make sure that you bring the people that's involved with you with ONPASSIVE. You know, I know there's going to be people that have never never got involved in the last webinar, and they need to see what's going on here and understand how big this is. So what I would suggest that everybody go out and just share it, with all your friends. And the next webinar that's going to be on in July, get them to it. There's going to be a lot of good speakers there again. It's going to obviously put you in the right direction. But everything's been said. I can't really add to what's been said. You guys you've made a big difference to me being involved in ONPASSIVE. I listened to you guys. You've helped me, and you've made me understand. We've all, when Ash comes out with these different things, they're scratching their heads and all that, and trying to understand what he's trying to say. And you guys come along and you explain it in simple terms, and it's great. And that's what you've done a fantastic job on that journey. And everybody else, thank you. It's great, well done.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you. Peter is doing a lot behind. Someone always do things behind. All the event in UK. Peter is the master planner. He works tirelessly when it comes to ONPASSIVE. There are things that Peter will do. I don't think I can do it. I said, Peter, you do it. I can only run my mouth. That's it. All right. Dr. O, your final word. 1 or 2 minutes. So we wrap up this. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I'm just going to expatiate a little bit on what I said earlier, for instance, and I meant it from the bottom of my heart, that I do believe from my heart that ONPASSIVE, to the leadership of this, our great leader, is going to do what many organizations in Africa couldn't do. I mean, I did say something about ways. I know somebody was, ECOWAS, somebody would say, what is that? ECOWAS is one of the organizations in Africa that bring West Africans together. And I can tell you honestly that in so many areas, they have failed. I'm involved in some level of this and that, so out there that, this is not the time to talk about that. So I know what I'm talking about. I mean, so you see, when an organization comes together to bring Africans together, and you see that every opportunity they have, each country claims to be this or to be that. There are leaders who takes more interest in themselves and in their community than they do the entire, community that they claim to be protecting. So much so that by the time one country came up to say, militaries are taking over and everything, and another country want to say, no, you can't do that. They said, please be quiet because you are doing worse than that where you are. So there's no, you see, I mean, what actually could bring them together is not being addressed. It's not the focus. And now, even outside of the ECOWAS, now you have even the organization that actually kind of unite, that unite, they claim to unite all African unity, all African together. Now, there are 10 major, so when I look at what ONPASSIVE stands for, the 3 major things, the 10 top major things that this organization that unite all Africans are working on, which they have never succeeded in. The number one is education. When you look at ONPASSIVE, what do you see? The second one is health issue. I tell you honestly, there are still some parts in Africa. Now, because of my involvement in the community, by the grace of God, we have an organization that we have built hospitals for rural places and everything, and so and we actually have ministries that span across, different countries in Africa. So, I mean, we've been called upon for so many things. Now, when we talk about health, and you see, and you hear ONPASSIVE, what do you see? Now, the number 3 with the Organization of African Unity, the number 3 in the agenda is agriculture. Our CEO has said something about agriculture recently. When you think agriculture, think ONPASSIVE. The number 4 is infrastructures. Oh my goodness. I mean, so much has been said about this. When you see ONPASSIVE, you see infrastructure. The number 5, security. We all know several of you listening to us today, in reality, if you decide today to travel to Africa, and you kind of check, there are many countries you don't want to go. That if I want to take anyone into Africa today, there are many countries that will not step. I would dare not take you there. I don't want to even go there myself because of security issues. And when you think on passive, you think security, you know that we got the answer. The number 6 in the agenda is access to energy. Now, I think on passive, really talking seriously about that. The number 7 in the agenda is unemployment. Oh, so now we have some statistics about how many, the percentage of unemployed there. When you hear on passive, what do you see? Number 8 is access to clean water. I mean, I've had many of our leaders already that God is already, inspiring and kind of getting us into thinking in that direction. When ONPASSIVE empowers so many people that are passionate in all these areas, you're going to get great answer. Number 9 is poverty. My goodness, talk about poverty. I mean, you just can't talk enough about it. And number 10 is the food security. You see, now these are the 10 major goals or issues that African organizations that are uniting the whole Africa are talking about, and they've not been able to make any impact. And I tell you honestly, so when I now see what ONPASSIVE stands for, I can tell, and each and every one of these major issues there are being addressed, are being looked into not in a massive, serious way by ONPASSIVE. So therefore, if I say I'm looking forward by the special grace of God that ONPASSIVE is not going to be OAU, it's not going to be ECOWAS, it's not going to be anything, but it's going to be an economic community of African continent. That is what ONPASSIVE, I know God is going to kind of, give accelerated kind of grace and more grace and more grace upon our CEO, that our own economic community, our impact is going to be very, very global, with the entire continent of Africa, not a segment or part of Africa, and with a huge success. That's why I said earlier that, in my opinion, I sincerely believe that ONPASSIVE will do what both OAU, ECOWAS, all of them could not do for Africa the way things is going. And I finally want to say this. Now, hope is being restored. Many people, they have hope, they have plan and everything like that, but because of the lack of resources and ability or the wherewithal to get things done, they stop dreaming. Because of ONPASSIVE, people are dreaming again. People are dreaming again. I mean, and so much is really happening now. Yesterday at one of the platforms we had here yesterday, you can see so much fire in the people there. Collins was one of the guests that are speaking there. So much fire really in the bones of many of us already. By the special grace of God, many of us who are doing so much on ground already, we are dreaming bigger, much, much bigger. I've been privileged to have some little impact here and there, but I tell you honestly, I tell my folks on ground, I said, no, the best is yet to come. I said, all you have been seeing, we've not started anything. We are about to start our ministry in a big way. And they are like, what? With all we've been doing? I said, no, we haven't done anything.
All right.
So I'm so excited, and I thank God for where we are. God bless you all.
Thank you. So thank you, Dr. O. So ONPASSIVE will empower us for us to change our continent, because normally people they always have the misconception. They think like ONPASSIVE will go and do it. No, ONPASSIVE is an IT company. As an affiliate, we have to start to think. When they empower us, look at the motto. I will give you what? The concept of ONPASSIVE is about doing less, paying less, ending more with the ability to go out and do good to humanity. We are the one to do it, not ONPASSIVE. And I always say we are 1.4 and more. If only 100,000 or 50,000 can carry out things that is in Mr. Ash Mufareh's heart, Mr. Ash Mufareh will die a successful man. So let us start to think what to do around our community, not ONPASSIVE, but you, because they want to empower you for you to make a difference. Like I always said this, I said, if you think you are too small to make a difference, live in a room with a mosquito. Then you see the difference that mosquito will do. So that is it. So I will give it down to Brother Chris. Do you have 1 minute because we're running out of time? Do you have 1 minute? Just 1 minute, please.
Yes, mine is very, very brief, and I'll just talk about the next meeting. And I'll pick it up from where Sister Nafiso and Sister Listra left it. both of these sisters talked of the next meeting or future meetings to be bigger and better. And that is what I would like us to, to focus on. And in that meeting, I propose that we will include ONPASSIVE song. We will start with ONPASSIVE song, that particular meeting, that next meeting. Number two, very important, we have Papa Africa. This time round, in the beta test, I consider the first meeting to be a beta test for ONPASSIVE on the African continent. It was a beta test. Okay, so the next one we will have. I suggest, I propose that our important people, we need to hear more of their voice, because in the beta test, actually, I did not hear enough of them. Who are they? Papa Africa. And this time, the next meeting, I hope we will have Mama Africa also. The next one that I would like to hear more of his voice is Oliver Fonte, because he has issues. I mean, he has a lot of encouragement on matters security, cyber security, and everything. I would like to hear that power in that next meeting. The next one, of course, is Bob Takusi. He has special things to always speak, and I would like to hear these voices more on the African in the African meeting. Vincent Ete has some very special things. He has a lot of surprises. I would like Africa to hear it, all right, in the next meeting. And that is basically it. So I think that we will need to do more to prepare better and really surprise not only Africa, but the whole world in the next meeting and going forward. Thank you very much. That is all from me.
Thank you, Brother Christopher. So I'll give 1 minute to Marcien, just 1 minute. So we'll wrap it up. Because Marcien, are you there?
Yes, thank you so much. We can now go home. Okay, no. Yeah, thank you everyone. It was a good meeting. It was a good webinar today with the OTECH PROS Round Table. And united, nothing can break us. So we have to go Africa. That was the number one. That was the premiere. And we have to be united. And I'm going to say something in French for my French-speaking language people. Bonsoir à tout le monde, à tous ceux qui vous nous écoutez aujourd'hui. La semaine dernière, nous avons eu la réunion de Go Africa avec tous les Africains et la compagnie ONPASSIVE. Nous, on vous en prie. Ce n'était pas la première et la dernière fois. Ce n'est qu'un début et nous demandons à tous les Africains que unité ensemble, nous allons achever beaucoup de choses. Donc, ensemble, nous allons faire beaucoup de choses en Afrique et dans la compagnie ONPASSIVE en même moment. Donc, rejoignez-nous, attendez la prochaine et à bientôt. Thank you, Collins.
Oh, thank you, Marcien. Thank you for doing that for us. So let me call on Vincent. Your last.
Okay, thank you, Collins, and thanks also everyone, all the participants. It was a great event today, even if it's not a Go Africa, but overall it's a great event. So before to leave, well, one thing I want to assure everyone is that today world, we are moving to digital world. And I don't want to express it too long. And then we know that Africa, we have a big gap for this digital world. And then what I believe ONPASSIVE is going to make this happen so that Africa, in terms of a digital world, will be in the same level like other developing countries or developing world or developing continent. So ONPASSIVE is going to make this happen. So this thing, I can assure everyone that this is going to happen because the job on Mr. Ash is doing for Africa, we're going to be in one digital world. As with the help also of artificial intelligence, we Africa will need that, and then this is going to happen, and then going to change so many things, going to change our life. It's going to impact everything in terms of digitalization of the new era of Africa. I'll leave it there because we don't have time. But next time we can develop that. The reason why I'm saying this, and then I'll give many more example why I believe ONPASSIVE is going to make Africa digitalized as other nation today. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Vincent. Thank you for sharing. Oliver, your final word, then Madigamo will close it for us.
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody that's here today. And I want to say, I want to plead and beg all the Africans that please be engaged and know your business. This is your business. The more you be engaged, attend webinars, like in Heroes, you come to Heroes, ask any questions, you will understand your business and you will know what to do to take your business along with you. You have an online shop. Mr. Ash has given us the platform. You have everything. It's you that will determine how much you want to make and how you want your business to run. And I will say, when you are in 100%, like the CEO said, when you are in 100%, you're going to win. We should get ready for the greatest shape of our life. Mr. Ash Mufareh says so. Thank you.
Thank you. So let me go to Robin. Robin, do you have anything to say before I hand over to Maddie? Oh, is Robin there? Robin, are you there?
I'm not seeing her.
Okay, oh, Robin is in.
She's there.
Yes, I'm here. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, hold on 1 second. I'm so sorry. You know, this is not going to do it. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I'm sorry. You know, together we can do anything. Have you ever looked at a grain of sand under a microscope and seen how beautiful it is? That's what each person represented within ONPASSIVE and yet to join ONPASSIVE is. Absolutely beautiful. But the force and the unity of what can happen when all those grains of sand come together, like the Sahara Desert, we can move incredible, incredible amounts of poverty, inhumane behaviors, etc. The world needs ONPASSIVE. The world needs every continent, every person to be engaged, to be involved. Please be responsible. You joined ONPASSIVE for a reason. This is now your time to shine and to raise up your own awareness and help those that you brought into ONPASSIVE to move forward together. And with what happened with Go Africa, Ash came forward with force, with the force of his executive team, with the strength and the power of who these people are and what is happening. So please be proud, stand tall, stand together, and know that ONPASSIVE is very, very real. And we look forward to meeting our African founders. We look forward to meeting our founders from around the world, unifying the world, and creating more of the beautiful things while helping to heal and release and diminish the sadder, dangerous, more oppressive situations that are occurring in Africa and elsewhere. As founders, we can do this. And we have Ash and his executive team and his knowledgeable people that he has brought together who've joined him from their various backgrounds and industries to be able to feed and help ONPASSIVE become even greater without putting anybody down, without putting any business out of business, but by the sheer truth and integrity and value of what we have in ONPASSIVE. That is what is going to help ONPASSIVE rise up. Take care, everybody. Thank you so much for including me.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Robin, for the wonderful sharing. So, Maddie, close it up for us.
Well, I do want to say I was so happy that I didn't have to follow Robin. And what do? You bring her back on again. Anyway, well, I do want to say one thing. Jean said she had 1 dot in Africa. I got 2. I'm just kidding. No, it's not true. I just made that up. Anyway, there's not a whole lot that can be said other than a wise man said a few years ago, and this is very, very profound, so listen to it. We are fine. I'll see you all and have a great weekend.
Thank you, Maddie. Thank you, everyone, for coming and sharing with us. We look forward again to see you, in the next edition in 2 weeks' time. So thank you very much.